welcome to Co-ople Mode, a couple's opinion on gaming. I'm Matt.
I'm Rose.
And we're back, in a way. The hiatus was a little longer than expected.
Just like 4 times longer than what we expected.
Well, you know, that's how it goes. Life gets busy, it gets hectic, and, you know, it's still busy, but we kind of miss doing this, so... Yeah. No promises on super regular episodes, but I do have some in mind, and we're going to start putting stuff out from time to time. I know it's not feeding the algorithm, but you know what? I enjoy doing it anyways.
Yeah, it was never a plan to do it for like money or fame. It really is just fun, like taking the time and doing this stuff together and talking about it. It's just kind of a nice little treat for you and me to have our own thing once in a while. Mm-hmm. And I did need a break. I needed a break from the torture. I'm terrible at starting new games. Yes. It feels like it takes a lot for me, but we have had such a long hiatus that we've gotten to play some different things, and we thought it would be fun to come back and kind of do a review and then hopefully start on a next game for me to get forced to play. Yep. I think I've recuperated. I'm ready.
The torture will resume in short order. But yeah, today's just about talking about what we have been playing, things we've enjoyed, and just kind of get our toes back in the water. That's the word.
Get our waters wet.
Get our waters wet. But to the people who left comments on our Spotify, thank you. We appreciate that.
Yeah, and, that was nice.
You know, we want to throw a few episodes out just for you. So do you want to start or do you want me to start?
So he knows that I have one big one to talk about, and that's mostly what I'm going to talk about. And I mean, I don't know. That's up to you. We shouldn't do this. We should just go.
Okay, I'll start. I'll start since I have a few smaller things. Recently, I played a fun little game called Winter Burrow. It was released November of this year, 2025. Developed by a little studio called Pine Creek Games. I couldn't find any other games that this company has made. They were founded in Denmark. I think this is the first one, as far as I can tell. But it was published by Noodle Cake, which, if you've played a lot of different indie games, you've probably come across them before. My son particularly liked Ultimate Chicken Horse. There was a creative puzzle, Superliminal, that was really interesting that came out a while ago. And Death Road to Canada are all games they published. So one of those 3 you've probably heard of, maybe. But it was this cute little game. You play as this little mouse, and you're moving back out into the woods. You have kind of this cute little home in this tree stump.
Absolutely adorable, cozy little home.
The art style is wonderful. It's pretty to look at. And the main mechanic is survival in the winter months as this little mouse. And you go out, you'll collect food, you'll collect supplies to build things in your home, to upgrade your home. But you have to make sure you stay warm when you're out collecting things. It'll get too cold. You stay out at night, it gets cold even faster. And as you start getting too cold, little like ice on a window will start forming on the edges of your screen to let you know your mouse is getting cold and you better get them back. And I played it through until I beat it. It isn't a super long game, but if you want just like a cozy little crafting survival game, I really don't think I can recommend it more highly.
It was a beautiful game. Like you said, the art style caught my eye right away when I watched you play it a little bit. And it reminded me of the art style similar to Child of Light, which I always really appreciated. It's very illustrative. It looks like it came out of an old book. And it was just a really cute looking little game.
Yeah.
Kind of made me want to try it.
Oh, I would definitely recommend that. And I mean, with it being the winter months now, what a better time to play a game about surviving in the winter. But it's fun. You meet other woodland critters and animals throughout the area. You don't get a map, though. You have to remember how to get to places. But you leave little footprints in the snow, so you can kind of see where you've been recently, which is interesting. I Really, really enjoyed it. I've seen people compare it to the Don't Starve franchise, which is a similar kind of 2D-esque survival, but Don't Starve is a lot more hardcore. This is much more relaxing and enjoyable. So if you just need that little game you want to play with a cup of hot chocolate and a blanket, that I couldn't suggest this more. All right, I'm going to let you dip into yours, and then I'll jump onto my next one.
So one that I was super, super stoked and excited for, Monster Train 2.
Woo, woo.
Monster Train 2 came out. That's made by the developer Shiny Shoe and published by Big Fan Games. And it came out in May 21st of this year. I started playing right away because I was like waiting. I was counting down the days.
We were waiting. Yep.
I set up Steam to tell me when it came out. That was the first time ever I've ever done that.
Good for you.
I'm a real gamer now.
Woo.
I liked it right away, right off the bat. Monster Train 2 comes in with 5 new clans that are completely different than the clans from the original Monster Train 1. So we're starting off with these banished angels that are all about shifting your unit lineup and protecting each other. And then you have these awesome Pyreborn dragons that add pyrogel to your enemies.
Yeah.
You collect golden eggs to get more powerful. You come in with the Luna Moon clan, which is like this really beautiful looking clan that is all about the moon cycles and magic. That's your magic clan right there, right?
Yeah.
That's their main focus.
I like their ability being like building up their spells. So like they constantly make spells stronger.
Yeah. After that, you get the Underlegion, which is a colony of mushrooms that can produce and reproduce at a drastic rate. You get to focus on decaying your enemies, and you get to spawn little mushroom guys that just... I love seeing like screenshots of people playing this, and they have like a stack of 200 of like this mushroom, and I mean, you're just absolutely annihilating when you have that, right? That clan is so much fun, and it's definitely my favorite. But the last new clan is the Lazarus League, which is all about reanimation, of course, because Lazarus, right? That's funny.
Makes sense.
You might look at the clan members or the units being kind of weak, but they're all about becoming unstable, exploding, and reanimating. And it's kind of wild what you can do with a little 1/1 unit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I haven't like gotten as in depth with that one because I'm really going through this game.
Oh yeah, she's been putting the time in on this one for sure. But it really is so good. It starts out so strong. All the new classes or the races feel great.
And all completely different, right?
Yeah,
like,
everything's different.
In like the best way. Like it's still the same game, it's the same premise, but completely new clans to absolutely do some wild stuff with. Mm-hmm. Really keeps it fresh. I know that the Lazarus League is like probably one of the biggest fan favorites. Them and the Underlegion are pretty popular, but the Banished I have a hard time with. Ironically, they're pretty standard and like, not to be mean, they're a little bit basic. Like
Yeah, it's all about, if I recall correctly, it's all about like moving your characters to the front, and then that causes like little boosts in stats.
Yep.
Which feels
just
like
about buffing each other all the time.
But like not in the way the other classes do that. It feels like a really good introduction clan.
Yeah.
And that's really good, but it's hard to make like... It is so fun when you get the right cards and you just build this unstoppable combo and you feel like invincible and smart. And that's what's so good about Monster Train. Like you feel so good when you get that figured out. And it seems hard to do with the Banished because it feels like they're made to be like simple and straightforward. It's hard to, what's the word? Scam the system? Is that the word I'm looking for?
Not really.
Not
it's
like
built
that,
in, but they are like simpler, and you would think that would mean that they're a good class to mix the other classes with, but I find that to be the hardest for me. And I don't know, maybe I got to break out of a certain wall that I have with different things, because you do find your favorites. You do find combinations that you love to do, and then you keep trying to do them. But this is the kind of game where the game is going to give you what it gives you, and you can only do so much with what you have. You kind of get you're going to have a lot of different strategies to be able to win. That's for sure. Overall, just those 5 new clans, you can make so many different combinations to make you succeed. And they added so many more little extras in this game, I think, than the first one. For a roguelike game, it feels mastered to me, how they have the artifacts, the rooms, the different cards to do different things. The different clans are all so wildly different from each other, but then they do work together in a surprising way sometimes, because the best thing is if you get 2 very different clans and you have both of them doing their specialties and you just wipe the world down. Like, it's so good, right?
It is. They really built off the first one really well. You can feel like it's not just more, it's thoughtful more.
It's very thoughtful.
It's everything works together. They want to make it feel better, make you feel stronger, make it more interesting when stuff pops up. Even like the events, they did a bunch of crossplay stuff, right? Or
yeah, they had some. I wouldn't call it crossplay, but they kind of paid homage to a couple of different games, right? One is Balatro.
Yeah. Yep.
One, of course, is Inscription.
Yeah. Yep.
And the third one, I don't remember off the top
Isn't
of my
it
head.
Inkbound?
Yeah, it's one that I didn't know, so that's me, but
that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I just never get bored with it. I have not gotten bored with it. I mean, you have 10 different challenge ratings to make the game progressively harder, but they also have the Titan trials, which you can do at any of those levels to just make the end game overall harder during that run that you want to do. If you feel really squirrely, you can go to the dimensional challenges where there's all kinds of chaos. The game sets up wild parameters that are unusual, like your unit's always moving down a floor after every turn.
Oh, Jesus. No.
Or losing money every time one of your units takes damage. Or even just your path being predetermined and you don't get to choose which way your train goes. And it still shows you what's on the other side, so you know what you're missing out on, which is just mean.
That is mean. Guess what you missed? Dang it. Oh, that's a bad feeling.
But it's fun, and I mean, those are hard and challenging in and of itself, but it's all about figuring out like how to break what's broken even more, which if you like that kind of strategy style stuff, this is right up your alley.
That's good. I mean, Balatro is like that too. It's so fun when you get those right cards. I've had runs in Balatro and you get the right jokers and all of a sudden you're getting a multiplier on your points by like 1,000 every hand you play, and it gets insane. And like you send in your hand and you have to wait like 30 seconds for all the numbers to add up, and you're like, yeah, I'm good at this game. When it is like a little bit I'm good at this game and a little bit luck because you got to get what you need to get, but man, like it feels so fun, and that never gets old no matter what game you play.
The best part about this though, they were like, hey, we made this awesome new Monster Train 2, but you know what, we're gonna let you unlock all the clans from Monster Train 1 as well. So
Which
you
was
get
amazing.
10. That's insane. I did not know they were going to have them all in there. It's awesome. So like all of a sudden your playground is twice as big and you have even more combinations to try to master. And I love that too. With that, there did come some balancing issues that they did fix. They had 2 major updates since it came out, like really major ones, I think. The first one did a lot of balancing for the original clans from the Monster Train 1 game. That was definitely needed. I could feel it. You have clans like the Hellhorned and the Stygian clan, and there's definitely a power creep with the new one, with those clans and with the bosses and the enemies. Like the original clans, that was tough to win. That was hard. And I'm not even like sure, I've won runs, but like I'm not even good at this game. I see people online that have like a 10 out of 10 level, all clans, all combinations. Like makes me feel a little bit dumb, but it's all about enjoying playing, right? my success rate is probably closer to like 50%.
It's still better than me, so don't feel bad.
So that first update was really good because it did help with a lot of the balancing. They also added some cards, which helped the old original clans get a little bit more powerful, some room cards that cater to them and what they need. I did notice there was a few cards like for the Umbra clan that they kind of changed how they work or adjusted the ratio of how effective they were a little bit, like adjusting the cost down so that it just, it's the little things. If you think about it, that's so much work to do and so much playing you have to do to get all of this to work together, all these clans. It's kind of wild,
Yeah, because
right?
you want to balance it. I feel like a lot of games have to do balancing, right? But you don't want to implement balancing changes and then have to take it away. The worst thing you can do is be like, hey, we fixed this card so it's better, but then it's so good that it breaks the game completely.
And I don't feel like they did that at all, which was kind of nice. They made it so it was more viable, but they did not make anything overpowered by any means because it's still really challenging. I feel like it just helped bring them up to the same level as and not overpower by any means. The second update, though, brought us 2 new bosses, which was a really good addition at the time. That happened this fall. As someone who plays this game way too much, I know for me, like the bosses were getting pretty routine because you face 3, right? You kind of know their gimmicks at this point. It's the same thing over and over. They added 2 new ones, so it's random which ones you're going to get on your run, and that makes it a little more exciting, a little more challenging because it makes it harder to build. Like, what they do and what they're going to do can really determine what you have to build to fight against them with. Because if you don't pay attention to which Titan you're fighting at the end, especially,
Yeah, that can take you by surprise.
Well, and then you're like, oh no, this guy's sucking all my power, or this guy is just absolutely, like, I don't have enough HP on these guys. He's absolutely eating me away. Like, I can't, defeat it. And it's, I like that about this game too, that you have to have some forethought. You can't just go in it and just like do whatever you want. You got to try to build the best you can.
Just a little can go a long way.
They also added a couple new events, which was nice to help switch it up a little bit. That's always good. I always love stuff like that. And which means a few new artifacts too. So that's always fun to play with. Getting artifacts can really change things for you in that game.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it is just a mix of everything. I think they've done so good with it even before the updates, but now it feels like there isn't a better time to get into it. If you're interested in Monster Train too.
Monster Train. Yeah, I really can't think of a negative thing to say about this game, and I've put in quite a lot of time. It feels very full to me. There's not a lack of cards, artifacts, events. You have all these clans to mix and match with. They fixed the balancing issues, and I think it's pretty good right now. I don't know. There's always somebody that's going to argue with you, right? But
Yeah.
To me, I noticed it at first. They adjusted it. I think it's good where it is now. It's still hard. It's still challenging, but they helped make everybody more viable. Let's see here. Anything else I want to say? Yeah, the only other thing I want to say is, like I mentioned earlier, this is a roguelike game. It feels like a mastery of that type of game to me. I think it's perfect. And I'm so excited. Like, I love what they've done with this game.
Oh,
I really
absolutely.
liked the first one, but I love this one. Like, I'm going to play this for the rest of my life, probably. And
Unless
it'll
they do
always
it
be
again
fun.
if they make a third one in 5 years.
I don't even know if I want him to, because this one was so good. Like, I don't know if you could do it again, but maybe.
Yeah, I definitely think if you're going to pick between Monster Train 1 and 2, definitely get 2. They've thought it through so much, and it comes out very well. I love this game, and not as much as Rose does, I'll be honest. It's not that I don't love it. It's that I like to play lots of different things, but I always come back and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do a run on Monster Train 2, and it always feels good. I always do 1 or 2 runs, and then I'll go off and play my other games, but I always come back because it is just a good system.
You got an hour, you could play Monster Train.
Exactly, right?
And I think what I really especially appreciate is that there are some roguelites where, like, I mean, even Inscription, definitely, you have to lose. You are not going to win. You have to really go through your paces to unlock things that are going to help you win. This game isn't like that, though. You pretty much get handed everything right off the bat. I mean, you only have to play a couple battles, I think, before you unlock like all 5 clans and unlock all the basic main ones, and everything's at your fingertips. There's no special secret cards or artifacts or like sneaky, you know, tricks and cheats. Like, it's all there. And that's how good this game is. It can give you everything, and you can still put 200 plus hours in it because there's so much to do. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like, that's how you know they did a fantastic job to me. That's how I feel.
They're very smart. You do unlock more cards for the clans as you play with them, but the clan never feels incomplete.
No, you don't unlock more cards.
Don't you?
No.
I could have swore you do.
No. When you win a run, you unlock a border for the cards that you won the run with, but you don't unlock cards as you go. They're all out there. It's just whether you get them as a choice.
Mixing things up. Yeah. Okay.
That's what I mean. Because most roguelites are like that. Yeah. This one is not.
Man, it's so good.
That's how good this game is. They deserve awards. I'm pounding the table.
Yeah.
No, I really do think that speaks to like how good of a job they did, how much care they took with it, and I find that really impressive. They definitely took their time, like you were saying, and it's always appreciated. I think it makes the biggest difference in the long-term lifespan of a game. That's all. If you take the extra time, if you really make it all work, you know?
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
I'm done gushing about Monster Train now, but
definitely
it's the best. 10 out of 10. One of the best games I've ever played.
Yeah, definitely. I concur. The great game. Definitely should try it out. Another one of the games I've been playing is I came back to Slime Rancher 2.
Yeah.
Which, when it came out in early access, we did an episode on. So, published and developed by Minami Park. It fully released September of 2025. And I was like, okay, finally, I want to see what they added. And I had a moment where I was like, oh, should I start over from the beginning again? Because I've already restarted my game when they added the Ice Island, and I dipped in then. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep going. I want to see what they've added. And I was very pleasantly surprised. There is a lot of end game to this video game.
It sure looked like it, and I was trying not to pay attention.
Yeah.
Because I still need to play it.
Yeah, absolutely. I know Rose loves Slime Rancher, so I'm not going to go too in-depth, but the end game area is so large, and there's so much to explore and check out. They add some new kind of puzzles you can figure out. It is really wonderful. And you get more backpack upgrades. So eventually, if you find all the pieces you need, you can hold 100 of an item in one of your backpack slots.
So sick.
Which is, yes. That was the hardest part is my slime ranches would fill up with all the plorts of my Largo slimes I got that I'm feeding full of chickens or whatever else I'm stuffing in them. And it'd be like, okay, hold on. I got to take a half hour or more to like go around, feed all my slimes, shove the plorts wherever, sell them or put them in my refinery for building stuff. And once I started getting those higher tiered upgrades, it was like, oh my God, this saves so much time. I love it. It's amazing. Yeah. And oh, it's such a fun game. And it's funny that it's also kind of a cozy, feel good, relax, craft farming game. But I just like, it's so nice our son goes to bed. It's time to relax and wind down and can just kind of sit on the couch. You'll play Monster Train. I'll play Slime Rancher. It's really, really a good game. The the full release, if you haven't touched it since it came out on early access, or if you've been interested in it, I definitely would suggest it. If you enjoyed the first one, 100% go for this one.
This one seems a lot bigger than the first one overall, and that's exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. I think even the like first 3 islands are roughly as big as the first game.
Yeah.
With a little more open space. Like I feel like the original Slime Rancher, there was open spaces, but it was kind of pretty linear.
A path.
Yeah.
Pathed
and it's
out, right?
It's not that they don't have paths through these islands, but like definitely as you get the jetpack, you can kind of
get pretty squirrely. Yeah.
It's very rare you run into a place where you can't get to. Like there's obvious level borders sometimes, and usually they're really nice. As you get close, it's like there'll be like a red sheen. It's like, nah, man, you can't go here. Okay, all right, I'll stop messing around, because you always will find like a treasure chest that might have the piece of upgrade you need, or a new item. And I never get too much into the decoration, but there are so many different decorations you could decorate your farm and even the islands. I found a little slime Ferris wheel, and I just threw it out on the main island.
So cool.
And so the pink slimes will jump on there, and they're just going around, or you shoot them on there. Yeah, it's so great. And there's a bunch of cute little things. They have new little toys you can put in the enclosures.
The pens, right?
Yeah. So there's a bomb for the exploding slimes that if you throw that in them, they like the bomb toy. It looks cute. And so they have so many things. They keep adding little stuff like that. It is just a delightful game. And I've always talked about how Monami Park has been a very good employer. Even so, they don't want to push their employees through crunch time, which video game developers are really known for. They really like a healthy work environment to make fun games. And I was they updated their website, and I was looking at their careers. They're not hiring as of right now. Their posts are full, but that's because they 100% cover your health insurance. They also add, if you've been there a year, you can have up to 24 weeks of maternity leave. Like, just good things that I want to shout them out for. Watch the old Slime Rancher episode if you want to hear more things that they've talked about. I'm not going to get to it too in depth. I love Slime Rancher. It's so fun. It feels good. And there's something satisfying about I don't need these slimes, and you just fire them off into the slime sea and then they disappear. You don't have to burn them up. You just, bloop, they're fine. I don't see them anymore, which is so good. Yeah, I had a lot of enjoyment with it, and I'm kind of excited for you to eventually
I'm excited to get back to it. I was just kind of waiting for you to finish first before I jumped in, because otherwise it's too many people fighting for the, and it's, that's
I get
just
it.
how it works.
Nope. But
I'm going to let you enjoy it, and then I'm going to be able to take my time and enjoy it.
Nope. It's completely open for you, so you're good to go.
You're in your cozy game era lately.
I really have been.
Mm-hmm.
I was dipping into another early access farming game, Lightspeed Frontier. That's the one where you get the big robot mech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just saw they recently did some updates where you can carry full logs with your robot and add trailers to them and build roads so you can run them faster. And it's so funny, between the first time I played it and the last time I played it, there's been so many changes. Just the island was so different. So I kind of been dipping in a little here and there, but I think I'm at the point I'm trying to wait for the full release to really just immerse myself in it from beginning to end, get the full experience. But I'm a sucker for robots anyways. And then it's I can play a robot game where I don't have to worry about blowing up. I can just farm and cut down trees and whatever I want, build whatever I want. Satisfying. I really, really have been loving that.
I get that, wanting to wait for the full game and get the full experience, because that's how I feel about Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era. The demo's out. Mm-hmm. That game has gotten pushed back a little bit. It was supposed to come out this fall, but we eventually did get a demo, and it looks like quarter 1 or 2 of next year we'll get the full game. They ended up doing a lot more play testing in the last few months, mm-hmm. and I
I think that's a great reason to release a demo, though, too. Like, get a lot of feedback just on the demo.
They had a lot of people play testing, and then they are getting a lot of feedback from the demo, and I know that that'll make the game better overall. Again, they seem like they have so much love for this game that they really want it to work well. But it's the kind of game where if it doesn't work well, it's gonna be too miserable to play. Like, you need this to be functional and smooth, because, you know what I mean?
To couch this in terms, the two most popular Heroes of Might and Magic games are 3 and 5, and they've had 7, 8, 6, 9. I think they've had a 10, or it's X. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if that's just called X or if it's 10. But none of those had the staying power that the other two have. And I think if they can really capture that spirit again, they could have another really great one.
I think they're on the right track. And from what I've heard online from other people, they like it so far. I tried to play it and I got a little bit overwhelmed. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me, but seriously, starting a game, even a game like I know how to do for the most part, but it's still really different. The map and everything is it looks really different. You got to learn what all the materials look like again, but then also with the heroes and everything, they all have their different abilities and stuff. And it was like, you know what? This is something I'm going to do when the whole game is out and I can take my time and learn it slowly at my pace, because then I will know how to play the whole game. Even Heroes of Might and Magic 5, I go back to and back to and back to. And even within the last 5 years, all of a sudden I'm playing and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just learned something new about what I could do. There's just a lot of layers, and you don't have to know them to play, but you sure can play a lot better if you know them. Yep. So that's just how those games work. But I'm glad it's coming out. I'm excited for it. That will be an absolute hole that I will not be able to crawl out of when it comes out. So kind of looking forward to it, kind of not. Heroes of Might and Magic hole. It will consume me.
Hopeful and scared. Oh, makes sense. I guess I'll just jump in with a couple games I've wanted to bring up. My son recently wanted me to play multiplayer Power Washer 2 with him. And if you don't know what the Power Washer games are, you get a power washer and you clean things. Some things are wild, some things are very normal, but like it's basically just about upgrading your tools and like the weird places they have you go and clean stuff. Like yesterday I had to go to a carnival and power wash a power wash simulator arcade game where you could shoot, you know those ones where you used to shoot the little clown mouth and get the bubble.
Yeah.
So that's what it was, but you were supposed to shoot all these targets in a shooting range, but I had to go clean it. And it really is like if you get Power Washer and you get why you enjoy it, you're gonna enjoy it. If it has no appeal to you at all, I don't pick it up. But Power Washer 2 just came out October of 2025. It developed and published by Future Lab. Power Washer really is their first big game. And this second one, I think they've really built on it. They did a VR version. They made this one multiplayer. Really, it's really easy to just jump in with your buddies and like help them out. And they for balancing reasons, you don't get the money for the levels you complete with a friend, especially if you jump too far ahead. But when you get back to your game and play your game, if you get to that level, it'll be like, hey, you played this level before. Do you just want to skip it and get the money? And you can just click yes. So it's not like you're doing...
That's kind of nice.
Yeah, you still get... There's like... They call it Power Washer points, and I think you can use it for like some cosmetic stuff. Like it's not the money for your tool upgrades, but... So you're still getting something, and like you're not losing out if you go back and play your game. So I think that was a nice way to do it. You know, I love that you can buy stuff to decorate your office, like a rug or a chair, but you buy like this used dirty stuff, and then you have to power wash it before you put it in your place, which I think is hilarious. Oh, I just bought this new rug. Hold on, I gotta clean it.
So silly.
So it's fun, like. it can be very satisfying to just zone out and, make the dirt go away.
Make the dirt go away.
And another one I wanted to bring up is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate. Now, this game has been out for a little while. It originally came out for like the Apple Arcade, so for Apple phones. It's a phone game, which playing it on console now, you can kind of feel where some of those little, idiosyncrasies in how your character controls are. But honestly, for the most part, I haven't had a problem playing it. It feels very much like the game Hades, but Ninja Turtles. And you can play multiplayer. You can have up to 4 people running around, which I think would be absolutely insane, because just playing with my son, us two, it gets just so crowded on the screen sometimes. But it's fun to like get little cool upgrades, and like you get special abilities every time you pass a room. So your build can be crazy. Like I had a build where everything I did inflicted ooze on people, which is essentially poison in this game. And like they're just ticking away their health. So I just would run around, inflict ooze on people. And then when it started going up, I would just inflict ooze on them again. And I didn't even really have to attack. I just kept debuffing them until everybody died. I just wanted to shout that up because it's really fun. I'm a sucker for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Love them. Always have. Always will, probably. They'd have to do something real bad to make me stop liking them. But if you loved Hades, you love that kind of game, that roguelite progression, I would definitely suggest that you pick it up on sale. And yeah, I think I'll let you say your next thing.
I'm waiting for Slay the Spire 2 to come out.
Big surprise.
That got pushed back and delayed, but that's okay. Looks like hopefully the beginning of this next year, quarter 1 or quarter 2. I am super excited about that. I'm definitely going to play that one. Although I got to say, Monster Train 2 put some big boots on to fill. And I love the first Slay the Spire, but they're going to have to kind of step up their game to be competitive against Monster Train 2.
You know what? It's interesting because I believe between Slay the Spire 1 and Monster Train 1, I think you were leaning Slay the Spire 1.
I liked Slay the Spire better. Yeah.
But now you've had all this time with Monster Train 2. They've really just improved the game so well, and it's going to be interesting to see how Slay the Spire takes
I'm
their
excited
sequel.
to see what they do. If they did this much with Monster Train, I think there's way more possible with Slay the Spire than I can imagine. And that was a really good game. So I'm really hopeful. I'm sure it's going to be, I feel like it'll probably be good. Like, I feel like it'll probably be great, but
you got some goodies to look forward to.
I know,
right?
It's so exciting.
I love it.
Like all the ones I'm waiting for keep getting pushed back, but
yeah, that's never a good feeling. But also, I've always said, and I will continue to say, I am okay with delaying a game. Finish your game before you push it out. Don't rush it if you can. Like, I understand game companies, they have all sorts of things to worry about. They got to worry about paying the bills, paying their employees. They got to worry about their developer. Like, there's so much that goes into that. But if you are able to just delay and come out with a more complete, better product, just do it. I would rather wait a whole nother year for a better game than get one that I just am going to put down after a week because I don't like it. And it's so hard to come back to a game after you've played it and it wasn't good. And like, there's games I hear about where they fix it later. Like the Cyberpunk game came out super buggy, really terrible. They've released like a huge patch recently with a big DLC that everyone's like, the game's great. It's amazing. They love it. Like, it's the best thing, one of the best games. And that DLC was super amazing. And I'm tempted to do that, but I don't have the time for that big of an open world game anymore.
yeah, that's true too.
But like, I'm happy that they fixed it, but I really wish they would have just waited. And I don't know what reason they decided to pump it out early, but again, that's an extreme example. Just put out a good product. I'd rather you wait and put out a good product than put out a bad one and then put a bad taste in my mouth.
Mm-hmm. One that did come out that we were waiting for was the Demio Dungeons and Dragons
Yeah.
version.
Yep. Battle marked. I
Thank
think.
you.
Yep.
All of a sudden the actual title just escaped my brain. I tried that out a little bit. You tried it out a little bit. We all did in this house, and I think it's really cute. And I don't mean to be derogatory, but it is. Like it's Demio, but it's D&D, and they're taking you through the story, and it seems like a really basic introduction to learning how to play D&D. I think it was a good mix. To me, as I was playing it, I'm like, but I have Baldur's Gate 3. So why would I play this? Because I could play a better, intense version, Baldur's Gate 3. I'm sure eventually I'll go back to it because I love like the dungeon crawler, especially in Demio. That's the best to me. The D&D story, they did a good job. It's cute. Not something I'm gonna do a lot of. I want to check it out a little bit more. What did you think of it?
It does feel like Dungeons and Dragons light. I really have enjoyed it. I've been kind of dipping in a little here and there. I like that, like, you go to a tavern and, like, you can pick up side quests and you can go and run off and do these little, like, one-room dungeons. It's really simple, but then I got to the main dungeon, and as soon as I opened it up, I'm like, okay, I didn't have time for it that day. I was like, I'll come back for it. And, like, once you see it, it feels like the old Demio dungeon. Like, it's actually, like, there's going to be doors, and you don't know what's going to be around the corner. So I'm interested to play more and get a more complete idea, but I do like my character will get experience. And, like, I made it so he does more damage with his melee attacks, and his Radiant Valiant Strike for my Paladin does more radiant damage. Being able to, like, tweak those little things to your play style and, like, help your character out, like, I like that. It feels good as I'm playing the game. Yeah. It feels like I'm getting somewhere. And I don't know if this is just I haven't played the first Demio in a while, but I feel like they are ready to give you more cards in your hand as you kill guys. It feels like I'm always like, oh, my Paladin has 10 cards in his hand, and I don't get to choose which one I want to get rid of. Like, I just lose out on this free card I would have gotten.
No, you can always get rid of a card. You can always trash a card and get points for it in the original Demio.
But when I, like, open a chest, or when you get the full
meter full, but the meter's there in the corner of your screen, and you can watch it.
Okay,
that sounds like a you problem.
I just got called out so hard.
I played a lot of Demio. I like that game.
Yeah, you're like, hold on. I got to go through all my characters quick.
You can scroll through it anytime. You know what that meter is. It's the same for all of them. It's down in the right-hand corner at the bottom of your screen. Like,
I got called out hard.
I'm excited to play it more, and I think it was a really good way of doing a light version of D&D. Like, if you have never played and you've always been interested in it and you want to know more about it, playing this would actually help you play actual D&D a little bit. It would get your toes wet, like we were saying earlier.
Absolutely.
I think that's great. Not everybody can jump into Baldur's Gate 3 and not get overwhelmed.
Oh, yeah.
And for kids, too. Like, that was the first thing I thought. For a younger group of people, this is perfect. This is great.
Yeah.
Like, this is a really good game.
Yep. Baldur's Gate really isn't for the
little guys.
12, under 13 bracket, I would say. Just because of the graphic nature of everything in Baldur's Gate 3. But, like, it makes it a really good Dungeons and Dragons game. It's an amazing game. But, like, if you want something that's a little more you can play with anybody around in front of your kids, this Demio Dungeons and Dragons Battle Marked is a great way to go, I think.
Yeah, so shout out to that, because I got to play it more, but very good so far anyway.
Absolutely. Should we talk about we've been playing Black Ops 6 Zombies again?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Did I just think about it out of the blue pretty much? Or is it because Black Ops 7 was coming out?
Black Ops 7 was coming out. That probably put a flag up in your brain. And then, I don't know. There's something about, like, every fall going into winter, I think we start being inside more. And it seems like we go through this almost every year of, you know what? It's time to shoot a lot of zombies.
A lot of zombies.
Because all of a sudden it's getting dark out really early and we need something to do. And it's just been a lot of fun.
Oh, it is a blast. I like all the maps pretty much. The last one, I'm a little iffy on, but then again, we haven't played it enough, so sometimes
Yeah.
it's you just got to play it more. We've been going through directed and standard, but we're trying to beat all the directed maps because we want to find the boss and beat it, you know?
Oh my gosh. So that's been fun. And I gotta say, when when you're playing Call of Duty zombies, you do not expect to suddenly see a zombie Tyrannosaurus Rex.
It was a great thing.
I was so giddy and surprised at the sight of that thing. And then we got our ass kicked right away. Of course, it's super hard, but one of these days we're going to get that Tyrannosaurus Rex. I know it.
Oh, absolutely. And I also love that about the time we stopped playing the last time, they had a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like event, and I picked up Donatello because that's my favorite turtle. And so when we start playing, all of a sudden she realizes she's playing with a Ninja Turtle running around with a gun or my bow staff and whacking guys all the time, which I found we had some friends and we were just playing like a private Nuketown match, and I found when I crouch behind a fence, my bow staff sticks up above it, so I can't really hide behind the fence. I was like, oh, dang it, my bow staff gave me away, but I love it. It is a lot of fun. I dipped into Black Ops 7 Zombies a little bit. They just released another map, so the first map has a directed mode now. And I was just kind of messing around with that. But it's, again, like, I mean, there's an insane amount of things you need to do to complete, like, the Easter egg, they call it, or the boss, or finish the map the special way.
Yeah.
But it does feel good. The only bad part I want to say about Black Ops 7 is that the game is more based in, like, some sort of future guns nonsense. And, like, it's harder to pick out guns you think might be good. The guns don't feel as good to me as the Black Ops 6 guns do. And that's like maybe that's just me.
A lot of the ones in Black Ops 6 we're pretty familiar with.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say 50-50, right? A lot of them are like staples that we've been dealing with throughout the whole franchise with some new different stuff thrown in. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. I think they finally added a pause when you're playing zombie mode, which is great.
Yep.
Because they did not used to have that. And then I honestly, there's so much to do just to get to the boss.
Yeah.
It's almost like, dang, can we like save this and pick it up later? Which would be hard, but
yeah, I do wish you could save it with multiple people.
You're gonna put in 2.5, 3 hours of time on one run, and that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, maybe if you were faster than us, but man, I feel like we've gotten good at plowing through. There's a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, I mean, there's a thing. Even though directed mode leads you down a certain path, a lot of those steps you can do out of order if you know what you're doing. Like, if you play standard, you learn all that stuff, like, directly. Like, we got really good at the Liberty Falls one. Like, we don't really need to think about that. We all kind of have our things that we do. So that one goes a little faster. It's faster every time. Like the T-Rex one, we can get through that faster now, but it's still a long,
intensive.
It's like an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on how many times we got to pause it and how many people we're playing with. And that's my only thing. Like it's not a short, like, oh, I made it to round 30 and then I got overwhelmed kind of thing. It can just keep going. Mm-hmm. But it's still fun. It's just kind of satisfying.
Yeah.
And you can't go wrong. Then another thing I've dipped into that I kind of want to get back into now that I've finished all my cozy games is Final Fantasy 16. Came out for Xbox finally. You know, we get stuff a year later or whatever. But it was really fun to play. It's very much an action RPG, more in line with things like Devil May Cry. Maybe not quite as insane as Bayonetta, but you do get some epic boss fights. I haven't got insanely far into the game, but it looks amazing. It plays really well. I mean, I haven't really had any serious problems with it. I think The only two hesitations I would have is like if you're looking for a more classic RPG experience, that's not quite this game. And then the story, um, it's not that it's bad. It's definitely not bad. I feel like they were trying to make it a little older, but it's also a video game story, so you can't make it too complicated. Otherwise, by the time you get the next story bit, you're going to forget what's going on. But I will say they instituted a really useful system. So like during any cutscene or even when you're walking around, I think it's like the select button essentially, but you press a button and it'll bring up relevant bubbles. So like if you see a character in a cutscene, you press this button, it'll be like, hey, this is this character. This is what you know about this character right now. And it'll like change as you get further if you get more information on them. So like it makes it really easy to keep track of who's who and what's going on, because otherwise, like, I'm terrible with names already. I'll be like, I remember seeing this guy. I don't know what he does. Like, I don't know why he's important to the story at all. Otherwise, though, I think that was just a nice feature, especially when you're going to have a long game with a lot of story, right? I know a lot of story in games is not your favorite thing.
It's not my cup of tea.
No, you play games to play games, and I get that, and I respect that. That's perfectly okay. I play games for both things, but, you know, if the story gets a little too...
Actually, that would be the only negative thing I could say about Monster Train 2. They tried to kind of also have, like, cutscenes that would pop up with a somewhat of a storyline, and it just kind of left off, like...
There was nothing!
Weird, and, yeah. You can just not do that next time and just leave that out and it's good. We're all fine with that. Like, I saw a few people be like, I didn't understand it. Did I miss something? And it's like, no, it just kind of goes and then just randomly just stops and nothing really, like, at least you can skip them. And honestly, at first I was like, well, I kind of want to know. And then after a while, it's like, okay, we're going to skip this. This is nothing. I don't need it. It's fine. I just want to play Monster Train.
Yeah. And that's perfectly okay.
Yeah.
Not everybody plays it for those reasons, obviously.
In a game like that, I don't think most people are trying to get a whole story.
You know, it's funny because it is interesting to put story into a roguelite format. I mean, that one's a deck builder roguelite even. But, like, even Hades had story happening, but, like, you get kind of drip-fed this little information depending on if you get farther or if you complete a session. So, like, when you get one, kind of, like, you feel interested in it, but it was never, like, shoved in your face very much. Because, like, you could go, you're just doing runs and you're just checking your stuff. So, I don't know. It really is an interesting balance. And I think, I mean, it's hard to say if that's going to work for your game or not, but I know for you... that's not important, and that makes sense. But that's pretty much all the things.
That's all you have?
Well, like
you forgot about one of the biggest boys of the year. How could you?
Oh yeah,
Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yep.
I'm surprised at you.
Well, we haven't been playing it for a while because we got the game right when it came out. We played the hell out of it until we kind of beat what they had for us at the time. Like, they've added updates and free updates since then, but we haven't really jumped back in for a while. What do you want to say about it? I want to hear your words. I see you got some words up there, so why don't you start saying them?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we're waiting for the Master Rank expansion to come out.
The big DLC, whenever that gets announced or comes out.
Like you said, they added a few more monsters to hunt in the meantime, but it hasn't pulled me back in. I don't know. This one does not scratch the itch for me for some reason. I've thought more about playing Monster Hunter Wilds again than...
Rise.
I mean, yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Monster Hunter Rise more than Monster Hunter Wilds. I love World and Rise. They feel so full and like they have so much to do. And I don't know if it's because when I played those, Master Rank was already out.
Yep.
So I was spoiled. I got to go through everything all at once. Because to me, when you play just a base Monster Hunter game, it does not feel like enough game on any of them.
That is true.
It's not enough. On Rise, on World, on this one, it kind of feels bad when you get through the game, because you're like, but that's not enough.
But
I
also,
need
you don't want to
more.
wait until the DLC comes out.
No, but I want there to be. And like, I get it. It takes a lot of time, but it's such a long wait in between. And I don't know. Maybe next time I will wait.
I don't know. Maybe should I take you back
Won't
to the
you hate
past
that?
and make you play?
No, I don't want to do that either.
I love you.
The good things we can say about it, I think we both agreed. The beginning, the tutorial, they did so much better on this one than they've ever done before. Mm-hmm. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys did it. You finally got it. You got it. Just keep them all like this now, for the love of God. Don't go back when it comes to tutorials, okay?
Yeah.
So much better. But after that, like, when I think about Monster Hunter Wilds, I don't want to restart it. I don't want to play it again because, oh my gosh, the cutscenes, the story shoved down my throat.
Yep.
And like we were just talking about, a cinematic kind of game is not my kind of game.
Nope.
It's just a personal taste thing. And that doesn't make the game bad. It just makes me not enjoy it as much.
My preference when it comes to cutscenes, like, I agree, I understand where you're coming from, because like, I don't generally, especially Monster Hunter, I don't generally play Monster Hunter for the story. Like, the story has always been pretty simple, just like an excuse to go hunt things,
dude,
right?
There was so much story on this one,
but
and everybody in the whole community wanted to choke that kid out by the end. Like,
they fixed. Okay, hold on. Oh man, I got so many things to say about this right now. Okay,
you just cook on that.
First, I'm gonna come back to the kid in a second. I feel like what cutscenes should be used for in Monster Hunter is showing off how cool and badass the monsters are.
Heck yeah.
That's what you want them for. But this game, unfortunately, you had a lot of cutscenes with just you and your buddies riding around, or you in a village, in a town, and just talking. And that's not inherently a bad thing, but it just... The whole point of Monster Hunter is you got to go out and hunt monsters to get parts to upgrade your armor and your weapons.
I don't want to talk about hunting monsters. I want to hunt the monsters.
Yeah, you're putting such a stop on that gameplay loop that it takes longer to get back into it, and that doesn't feel good. I feel like that part of it is bad. And then as it relates to the kid, the kid is very annoying and very kind of a brat. Which, I mean, I don't blame him necessarily for being a brat story-wise, but they fixed the handler. We don't have an annoying handler.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, we got the cutest handler ever. She's great. And she's not creepy, and she doesn't like stare at you funny when you're eating your food.
Yeah, it doesn't like, here's your food, and then just like eyeballs you wide open.
And that was like so pleasant, right?
Yep.
But I got to look up his name again because I forgot it in the story.
Oh.
What kid's name?
I don't remember the kid's name.
Nada.
Yep.
Dude, you by the middle of this storyline, you're like, I don't care anymore, man. You are so like all over the place in your convictions and your morals, and like, I just don't care. I want to hunt monsters. You know, he was so cringe. It was so cringe.
The best thing about Nada is when the story's done, and then he just sits in your camp, and then you go and talk to him, and that's how you access...
just trade,
Yeah, you just access all your trade menus from all the different villages and stuff like that.
Keep him there in the DLC. Don't move him.
Don't make him walk around, because that's the worst part when you're trying to find him.
Don't make him have any more story. Leave him alone. Just leave him there to trade with. He just needs to stay at
That's
your
all
camp.
I need. Yep.
Yeah, the sequences when you're on your secret, your bird,
your mount.
that you're jumping around, and you got to do this and that, and there's a couple of them throughout the game. It feels like a thinly veiled quick time event, and it's like, I know what you're trying to do to me right now, and I don't like it. No, thank you. This is not the kind of game I'm here to play. It makes it get. I don't ever say this, but maybe this is the way to say it. It gives me the ick. Like, I don't want that. You know? I just want to explore and hunt monsters. I want to get cool armor and weapons.
Yep. Which I will bring. Okay. Talking about the Sacred, I went into my options and fixed how the Sacred moves around. So it moves around much more like the wolf did in Rise, the dog you rode.
Yeah. Your Palamute.
The Sacred has this cool little feature where you can just like, hey, select the monster, and your Sacred will just beeline for the monster, which is great if you just want to hunt the monsters, right? But it really detracts from exploring the space and understanding where everything is. Like,
yeah.
I don't know these maps as well as I know the Rise maps, as I know the Worlds maps, because I just would auto ride my Sacred there and grab stuff on the way. And like, it's cool, but I think the problem was it took away that cool, like, exploring and learning the world that all the old Monster Hunters have.
I don't feel like the maps were big enough to make that necessary or needed. They don't feel that huge. And even though they don't feel that huge, you do have a harder time of learning them because you just ride that bird. And you did adjust the controls on both of ours, but they were just bad. And sometimes when it's auto running, it's just bad. And
the AI flips out sometimes once in a while.
Listen, okay, the Palamutes were great. Those were fine. Those were just perfect. We loved it. And just do that. Just sometimes we got to stop messing with stuff. You figured it out. It's good. Just leave it alone, right?
I think they made it such a easy entry point for people into Monster Hunter that people that have now played a lot of Monster Hunter the last couple games feel like they're getting babied, kind of. That's kind of what it feels like a little. And I will say in recent updates, they've addressed a lot of the end game and difficulty issues that people have said. A lot of the new monsters and new hunts that they've introduced, tougher versions of monsters. So for people like you and me, we could go in and hunt harder monsters, but you and me also feel like, okay, I don't really want to do that because I know that DLC is going to come out with the master rank monsters and weapons. And it's like, why am I going to hunt this high rank version when that high rank armor is only going to get me so far? It's
going to be obsolete almost immediately.
Yeah. Yep. And I
which is like, that's just inherently a problem, and it's that long time gap in between the two kind of makes it that way. You get to the end game and there really doesn't feel like a reason to go back and play it more unless you're going to start it all over again just for enjoyment, right? Mm-hmm. But like I said, for me, the story and the cutscenes make it so like, oh my God, I'm never restarting this one. Like, I don't want to go through that again, which is a bummer. I mean, it's a pain in the butt restarting the old ones because you got to smash through the tutorial. But like this one, there's so much like just junk. I think the other, like, for me, it was a downfall. The artisan weapons was a new thing that they added. It seemed like a good idea. You got to find the materials for it. You got to bring them back. You can make, a personalized weapon. It seemed like an interesting idea, but it really, really fell flat for me. They never seemed really effective or useful whenever I made one. I am an insect glaive user. The way those look on the artisan weapon is just dumb and boring and weird, and I hate it. Like, my weapons that I build off of monster parts look so fucking cool sometimes, and to go to like a solid rod with a swirly spiral on it is like really lame. Like, it better be so OP that it makes up for not looking cool.
I will say they've addressed that since you played. They've added a layered weapon feature so you can make your weapon look whatever. So if it is a stronger weapon and you want to use it, you can make it look like a weapon you do like. Just like the armor, if you make it, you can make any of your armor look like that. And I appreciate that they've done that. Yeah. I know it sounds like we're really harshing on this game. And I don't want to say it's a bad game because it's not. It's that we love Monster Hunter so much that it's hard when these things detract from that experience.
Well, I think it's a little hard that they always add new things and change things out every one. And I get that they want to try new things, but if they do something right, like the Palamutes, they try to change it up and it's not always better. And sometimes I think you should just stick with what is good and ride that out a little bit longer without trying to overdo it so much. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I never got lucky enough to make an artisan weapon that was like really better in sharpness or skill. they always seemed pretty comparable. So it just kind of was like, well, what's the point? You know, when you play this kind of game, you're always trying to look how to maximize, and that's part of the fun of it. Like you're trying to get the gems that you need and the armor and you're trying to layer all these things together to really maximize yourself, your character, what you can do. And when you add in a thing like this, if there's no way to like do that where you feel like it was worth it, like you didn't get such a big enough bump that it felt like it was worth it. So it was kind of pointless to me. And I got to say from my perspective too, like I said, insect glaive user, I was really bummed about the Kinsects in this one. They felt bad. It had like 2 different times where I got to level those up, and it wasn't a slow level up. It was just like, yeah, you can use this level now. When you're using an insect glaive, your Kinsect is like the most important part, and the skills that it has and the speed and the power it has. And I felt really ripped off on like nurturing that in a way where it felt like, oh, I leveled up or I went on more hunts. Like now I bet I can make this a little bit better, a little bit better. It's just like big drastic jumps, 1, 2, boom. And it's kind of a bummer to go check all the time. And it's like, no, you can't have this yet. No, you can't have this yet. And it's like, when in the heck can I have a better Kinsect? Because like, dude, you start off in the beginning and those things are slow, okay? And they're not very powerful. And we could beef them up a little bit, okay? Like, give me a little something to work with here. I don't think it would make me overpowered. I just... Ugh. Do
you understand? Okay, I know, like, you found the insect glaive and you've stuck with it because you love it so much. I feel like
they were more effective. I think that I feel like they were more effective in Rise than what they are in Wilds. The weapon overall, and that just kind of bums me out.
All the weapons kind of were. They added those what were the bugs you used to wire bugs?
Yeah, I love that.
You had like special wire bug attacks that you could learn and change out. And
so we had cool wire bugs and our weapons felt more effective.
How do you feel about the focus mode though?
Okay, it's cool, but it's also kind of lame because you just like do it, press a button, and your character goes nuts. And like, there's not a lot of, like, it's helpful, it's nice, but there's not a lot of skill there. I think it makes it easier for newer people, but there's a lot of people that can hunt really, really well that don't need that. Like, it's just kind of taking away from them. There's maybe too big of a range, and it's hard to accommodate everybody, right?
I do feel like the focus mode in Monster Hunter Wilds is helpful for beginners, but also extremely useful for people that are experienced and use it right. Like, I use focus mode with my greatsword when I use that all the time, and it becomes just an incredible tool for me. I think it's a really interesting mix. I kind of liked the cool special moves you got with the wire bugs in Rise better, because it felt a little anime-y. It was kind of like super powery, but it was really fun to discover new ones. And
you had like the timing and the you had to get that down, right? Mm-hmm. Focus mode, not so much.
Yes and no. You do have to get the timing down. Like, I probably used it the most with my greatsword, like I said, and like you kind of have 2 unique attacks I can do in focus mode, so it was about timing. But then again, the whole thing with a greatsword is timing. That whole weapon is timing, so it fits in really well with that.
Because you're waiting for that right moment to get that one big swing in. Most of the time.
I used some of the bow guns a little bit as well, and like that one is a little bit about timing, but more about aiming, right? Because if you want to hit that weakened spot for that amazing attack, you have to time that out right. I think focus mode is good. Don't necessarily.
It's fine. Like, it wasn't bad.
No.
But if you give me a choice, I want my wire bugs and Palamute back.
You're hoping for a Rise 2 to come out at some point.
Oh my gosh, I'd be just so excited. I'd be ecstatic.
It's interesting. I think I've gone through all these generations of Monster Hunter, right? I've been playing probably not so much since the first one, but since the second one, essentially, when it came out on the PlayStation Portable. And every time a new Monster Hunter comes out, I gotta see what have they changed on weapons. Like, they don't change everything, but there's always a little tweak that you have to learn. And that's why I always kind of fall into different weapons with different generations. And like, so far for me, my biggest annoyance was that they took away the melee attack from my heavy bow gun, and that kind of ticked me off. Which I know it sounds dumb. I have a gun. I'm supposed to shoot.
No, that makes sense. But if you get in close, or if they run up on you, you should have a melee attack. That's crazy.
I can't. Well, for one, it's useful if you're fighting smaller enemies and bugs to get them off you. And two, I can't tell you how many times, like, I like an explosive ammo build, and I would knock a monster over, and then I'd just smack him. I wouldn't shoot him. I would smack the hell out of him until I knock him into a stunned state, and then I'd unload with like my special ammo or whatever else I had, and it worked out really well. But like, that's kind of a minor complaint, I guess, because like the guns still
kinda
feel
like
good.
My Kinsec
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
Like, in the grand scheme of the game, that's a small complaint to have.
Yeah.
It only affects so many people, but still, I mean, I should have tried more weapons out. I just wanted to enjoy it and play it the way I wanted to. If I did go back, I should try to do it with a different weapon, although that's hard for me. Like, I'm so locked into that now. But
you were doing good with double blades back in the day.
yeah, when I had a wire bug.
Oh, funny.
And I don't have wire bugs now, and if I want to jump through the air, I need that glaive.
That's your favorite way to dodge.
Yeah, because I'm not good at blocking. I like to jump out of the way if I can.
I think, I don't know, for me, I liked Monster Hunter Wilds, but I felt a little disappointed by some things. Every so often I think about jumping back in just to see what they've added with the free updates. Because there's a couple monsters I really enjoyed that I haven't got to fight for like 3 or 4 generations of Monster Hunter. But also I feel like maybe I'm just going to wait for that big DLC, and then I can have like a full deep dive and just really experience what they added. I don't know how you feel. I
don't know. I never, like I said, I think about going back to Rise, but I don't think about picking up Wilds. It really didn't hold me. It did not scratch the itch.
I mean, we played it a lot until when we had it.
Oh yeah, because I was like in it and ready to get the thrill.
Yep.
And then I feel like it ended, but I think part of that is, like I said before, the base game is just never long enough. It really isn't.
Yeah.
It's pretty short in all of them. And I think that's something that, like, instead of changing up and adding a bunch of new stupid shit that you're never going to do again, how about you just make the base game a little bit more worth it? And, you know, they aren't cheap. And I know that there's a lot there, but there kind of isn't. You know,
Again, you're speaking from your experience of getting the full package for 2 games.
But that's what I mean. That felt like a full game. But you got to pay for the DLC too.
Yep.
That's not free.
No.
For the amount of money that you pay for the base game, it doesn't feel like enough. It just doesn't to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it's because I'm not one of those people that has to play it through with different weapons and try, like, I like to replay them, but I don't know. They need a little bit more there.
So not so much like 10 out of 10 like World and Rise was for you.
I don't think I could rate it yet until we get to play the DLC, because I think the DLCs on World and Rise added so much that it really changes your overall perspective. And maybe that's not fair, because this is the base game. This is what it is, right? But I think the DLC has the potential to wow me still.
Yeah.
But if I'm going off of the base game, I feel pretty neutral, and like it's the least favorite out of the 3 that I've played. Definitely.
That's I understand that. I think I would agree with you that World and Rise are a little bit better than Wilds. But I would still put, like, if I put them at 10, I'd put Wilds at right now without the full DLC that will eventually come out. I'd say it'd be like 8.5. Not as low as you. Because we do get into disagreements sometimes.
You're forgetting how many times it makes you go talk to somebody in one area and then they tell you to go talk to this other person in a different area and then you got to go to a third different area and talk to like
welcome to gaming.
This one felt particularly bad about that though, where it
Yeah.
had you doing this runaround thing and not in a way where like, oh, you could explore around here and look around.
You
It's
just auto
like
do it on your secret.
objective of go here, go here, go here,
yeah.
with no fun involved, like no additional reason to be moving around to those areas or anything.
But let's
And the food system sucks. So there, haha. Your meals and all this. Like I want the kitty cats making my bunny dango.
I know. Yep. I want that.
I want
and
to
also I want
customize
my
it.
farm back. They have some weird thing where you go to a village and you get a dude to like collect supplies for you instead of just like I want to farm what I want to farm and like that.
Yeah, that's why
I'm
it's a
disappointed.
6. I'm telling you.
I'm telling
It's not as good.
I think a lot of the extra weird things that they were doing to try to change things didn't work out very well. But I want to just quickly point out the actual core gameplay, which is you fighting a monster.
That felt good.
Still, that feels really good still. And there's some extremely exciting fights. There's some really cool monsters. That part of the game is still good. And that's why I wanted to point that out. Yeah, they added all this weird story stuff. You have an autopilot bird. You have like, don't have your farm. The food system isn't, you don't have the muscular chef like buffing out while he cooks you a sweet fish. That kind of stuff, not so much fun. That core gameplay
the monsters
is
were
still
awesome.
Just as good and a lot of fun.
The fighting felt good.
Yes.
Yep.
So I want to iterate that because I don't want to make it sound worse than I think.
No, just, yeah, you're right. You're right. We got to say positives about it too. And I definitely agree. The flagship monster was awesome.
Oh, Arkfeld is amazing.
Yeah. I mean, he's just so cool. And he was we saw a lot of people complaining that it wasn't tough enough. And like, I kind of get it. I think that's all the people that have been playing Monster Hunter for a really long time that are good at it. Right. It was not easy, but not hard, but the combat and the gameplay feels good and the monsters look beautiful as always.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the maps are gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like those are really good too. Got to give that credit where it's due. But this is us being really picky, like you said earlier, because we love Monster Hunter so much.
Yep. Because we've enjoyed and played so much of the old ones, we tend to come across as just complaining about a bad game. But like you go back to like what is the core Monster Hunter experience, going out and fighting monsters, that's still just as good. That still feels amazing. And like I think when the first a free update came out and they had the Arkveld, or not Arkveld, the tempered, what's that lightning dragon? Do you remember its name? Raydao. The tempered Raydao, and holy crap, like that, we were like, nope, we're gonna beat this thing because it was so tough. And it actually, like, that was the first real challenge I feel like we had playing that game, and we had a lot of fun because we knew we could do it.
Yeah.
And we pushed through, and like that was really good. So like I think now with a lot of the free updates they've done over the last year, it probably is a little better in the end game. I did see a post where one of the main directors is like, I hope people will come back and play some Monster Hunter because like we've been trying to fix a lot of these complaints that people are having. But I mean, that's hard. It's like you and me were talking about, that we know that there's going to be a Master Rank DLC, even though they haven't announced it because that's what they've always been doing. And we want that.
Can you imagine if they didn't? That'd be wild.
I couldn't imagine them not. No, there's no way.
That'd be crazy.
Don't jinx it. But I think
no, they will. But that would be crazy. Then it really would be a 6 out of 10. You know?
Yeah, that would be sad. Oh, I don't want to think about that.
Oh.
But I think, I don't know, that's pretty good. I don't know, is there anything else you wanted to talk about? I just kind of wanted to give a little...
I think we've droned on for such a long time now.
Yeah, we should have did Monster Hunter sooner. We knew we would go on for that one.
Yeah, between Monster Train and Monster Hunter. I'm all about monsters this year.
Next game she's going to be her favorite is a Monster Trunk roguelite. I got to make it first.
With trucks, yeah.
Grave Digger. Oh, so good. But yeah, we'll oh man, it's just kind of excited to be doing this, talking about games. I'm excited to set you up with a new one, even though I know you're gonna hate playing it for the first 2 times, because that's how it is with any game you haven't played before. You poor soul. But I'm gonna try. I'm thinking about a few different things, and I want to pick one I feel like will be easier transition for you. So we're gonna try to start with an easy transition game. But I just kind of want to go over real quick. We've talked about Winter Burrow, Slime Rancher 2, Power Washer 2, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splinter Fate, Black Ops 6 Zombies in particular, Final Fantasy 16. We talked a bunch about Monster Train 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, and hopeful games, Heroes of Might and Magic, the Olden Era, and Slay the Spire 2.
And we talked about Demio.
Yes, Demio. Can't forget about that.
Yeah.
Demio, Dungeons & Dragons, Battle Marked. All, I mean, honestly, I know we complained a lot about Wilds, but all these games are worth trying out. Though I will say, if your tutorial is best in Wilds, so if you're a newbie, honestly, Wilds might be the right answer for you.
Just do Wilds.
If you liked Monster Hunter in the past, maybe Rise or World might be more your speed. But they're all great. They're all good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I know you're a little tense, so I can see it.
It'll be fun. It's just when you talk about it, I get scared.
But all right, we'll get out of the studio, and hopefully you will be hearing our dulcet tones again soon. I'm Matt.
I'm Rose.
And this has been Co-ople Mode, a couple's opinion on gaming. You guys just have a great rest of your day. Ta-ta!